Elite Live Streams, we back. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another live stream. We doing it 2 days in a row. You know what I'm saying? It's weekend vibes. We watching the game. Hope you guys are doing well out there. What up, Jay? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man.
We back.
Yeah, just like I said, like I keep saying and been saying for a while now. You just got to keep that consistency piece together, and I think that's what we're doing right now. I mean, every chance we get, we're gonna have something to say. So that's where we're at right now. A lot of topics to talk about. Like I always say, a lot of weird, wild shit, cool shit to talk about. It's a lot of shit going on in the world. So that's just where we're at. We just like to pinpoint certain things that we feel are, you know, most important and something should be said about, and that's where we at right now. So 2 days in a row. I like it. I like what we're doing.
Yeah, man. And this was, definitely a topic that we all can relate to. We both come from, two-parent households, father, mother dynamic. And we both, are big proponents on, men taking care of their children and being fathers to your children. So we felt, this topic definitely resonates with what we want to do and what we want to kind of represent on Elite Media. And it's, just getting out the right messaging, you know what I'm saying? Especially for the Black community. We've been through a lot when it comes to that father dynamic. And so, came across this sick video that kind of definitely gave me some good vibes and, really resonated with me. And so we're going to do a little reaction to it. You feel me? What you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, man. From what I've seen on the video, it just is going to be, something that people can chime in on as needed. But I think what we're gonna have to say about it is gonna be solid, because I just think where we hold fatherhood and taking care of what's yours, we kind of hold it a little higher standard wise than most, I would think. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people say it, but like we kind of really have lived it. You know what I mean? Our fathers were in our lives the whole bingo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Up until now. So, I mean, the perspective may be a little different. Well, it may rub some people the wrong way. People may agree, but once your father's been there the whole time and you become a man, you kind of get to see the things that he was trying to instill in you as a young man. So yeah, I think a lot of that is what's going to come from the reactions to these videos that we're about to watch.
Yeah, man. Honestly. And definitely, I feel like it's a very real topic. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start with, the basics and, kind of some very, very good stats. So salute to GMS dedication. He put together a great video. And we're going to just, do our little reaction to it right here on Elite Media. So let me bring this up for y'all. Boom. All right. So we starting off with Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Thank you to the sister, the ancestor, who was big proponent of Black families and the core unit. So she's going to give some importance on the importance of a father. All right.
If you take one father out of a neighborhood, then the child who doesn't have a father can make up the difference with the other fathers. But when you take 90% of the fathers out by a dynamic, you have really crippled the entire people. So that when the father is removed and he cannot play the role as breadwinner, and the mother play the role as, the support giver of the emotional well-being of the children, then you're going to produce certain kinds of behavioral aberrations.
All right. So basically what she's already discussing is just the interpersonal dynamics that I feel like right now, especially, is a big conversation in the whole like relationship space about the gender roles changing, you feel me? And how that affects children, you know what I'm saying? Specifically when the mother has to play the sole breadwinner role and also the emotional role because she doesn't have the duality with her male father counterpart to, you know what I'm saying, take that, you know, responsibility on to provide for the family. So what you think off top?
I agree with her as far as that first statement of like, you know, you take one father out and that kid doesn't have a father, but you know, in the community they're still fathers. You take 90% out, and yes, what do you think is going to come of that?
Right.
You know, so yeah, the struggle is real on that aspect, but I also think being a father ain't always, which is something she's probably, you know, like I said, like we said, that's our ancestor. So, you know, she's older and seen probably more things than we have seen. But just for what I know and what I've seen and how things move around in the community now and in this era, I don't think it's just solely about the breadwinner and who got the bread. You know what I mean? And who a lot of this shit is just, is your dad there?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I just feel like most dads, if they there, they're gonna take care of you. They're gonna take care of their kid. You know what I mean? So it ain't so much of, oh, my dad has the bread and my mom gives me moral support. Like, nah, you need moral support from both. No matter who got the bread.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you kind of I get what she's saying, but if you take the bread out of it, like, we still gotta raise this kid. If we was poor, completely poor,
right, the
kid still gotta get raised. You know what I mean? So it's not, I don't think it's so much you know, you can as far as I feel like you can see your mom and dad working, you know what I mean? But at least they're both working, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I also think she was as well referencing to the fact of, like, even if the father may be, like she said, imprisoned or not there, as far as like how they've been taken out of those black homes, you feel me?
Yeah.
And so naturally, when you have that too as a part of this, which is, you know, the unfortunate reality, right, is that a lot of black youths, you know, especially black men and black boys, grew up without fathers because of how the system is set up. You feel me? And how many, you know, trials and tribulations that they've created for a lot of black men having to, you know, go to the streets to be able to provide for their families. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no other options.
So do you get what I'm saying? When I'm saying, you know, from back in the days, talking 50s, 60s, 70s to how it is now, the chances of you getting in trouble trying to take care of your family are heightened, unless you're just gonna really do what you're supposed to do. And a lot of black men, I feel like, don't. A lot of them take those chances. Yes, they're doing what they're supposed to do in the sense of trying to create some revenue for their family, but they're taking bad steps at it. Like, instead of just, hey man, you may have to go get a 9-to-5 and build yourself up to where you want to be monetarily. And honestly, but just trying to get it off the rip, and I'm gonna just make this bad move and that bad move. Too many bad moves, you're gonna end up in trouble.
And that's why a father is super integral, because that's where your dad comes in. You feel me? Where it's that man part of your life where it's real decisions that have to get made, and because your dad usually gives you that reality where it's like, you can't just go out there and think that, you feel me, life is just gonna be given to you, because that's not what's gonna happen. You feel me? Your dad is always that reality check.
On the back end of that, if you watch your dad get it the wrong way,
there you go,
you're gonna end up getting it the wrong way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up putting yourself in a bad spot. So that it just becomes generational then. Because say you may turn, your dad may have made these bad decisions, and you know, you make it to 18, 19 years old, and boom, now you have a baby. Right. But you're not really where you want to be at. You ain't getting the money you want to get. You're gonna try to do the same things you've seen your dad do to get to the money. And you may end up in the same spots your dad has ended up in. Yep. You know what I mean? Prison, dead, and or just still grinding because it just didn't go the way. So the way that you thought it was gonna go. So it's just, you know, that's why I say, you know, it's not so much. It is, don't get me wrong, money plays a huge role in a lot of this, but it ain't the sole factor when it comes to a father just being there for the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you could be there for your kid, and your significant other can make more money than you. It's the fact that you're there, and that's where I think a lot of the issues arise. And you know what comes out of that, especially from our era. It goes, oh well, my dad ain't here, I'm gangbanging.
Yeah.
My dad ain't here, I'm gonna go to the streets. My dad ain't here, I'm selling drugs. I'm doing this. You do things a lot quicker when your dad ain't there, because there's not really nobody to tell you. Yeah. No disrespect to the moms out there, but I'm just saying, the dad kind of,
he's gonna hold you accountable.
The accountable level is a little different, especially when it's a dad and a young boy.
There you go.
A dad and a girl is more of a protection setting. Like, they get more of that sense. But like, it's like for decision making when it comes to a young boy becoming a man or going through, childhood into manhood, the dad gotta be there, man. Because if you don't, you put your kid at a disadvantage.
That part.
Especially if it's a boy. A girl, could end up worse, because she's not gonna know what a man is supposed to be and what a man is supposed to be doing and how a man is supposed to take care of you, and those things. I get that, but I feel like girls are smart enough through trial and error to figure it out. And you're gonna get more chances at it than a young boy. A young boy, my dad ain't here, we need money. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, that's the wrong choice, son. But you don't have that voice to tell you that's the wrong choice, son. And boom, now you didn't got your first fucking charge.
There is no, you know what I'm saying? There's no.
Now you got your first charge. There's no, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because there's, like you said, like there's cognitive issues that get developed because of that, right?
Yeah.
And so, let's continue, because you got a little bit more here.
If the mother is forced to be the breadwinner as well as the giver of emotional supports, you see, then the emotional supports go wanting. You can produce depression. You see, if a mother, if that balance is not there, the father as the breadwinner, the mother as the primary emotional support of the developing child, if that's not in place, then you can produce symptoms of depression in children. Now, if children are depressed, these are some of the things that they will do. If children are suffering depression and dependency deprivation, they will become preoccupied with sex prematurely, and so therefore we get teenage pregnancy. They will not have the necessary emotional supports to tackle academic work, so we get school dropouts. A sufficient degree of depression, somebody says, well, here, if you drink this, you won't feel so bad, little boy. Or if you take this drug, you won't feel so bad. You'll feel real cool. Do you see? And so that's the way I say that we get teenage pregnancy.
So obviously, you feel me, there's going to be a significant, repercussion for when you have children who do not have the father, like you said, in the home, with the dynamic being the parents working together as a family. You feel me? And when that's, absent, there are emotional damages that are going to happen from that. You feel me? And I feel like you see that a lot. You feel me? Unfortunately, right? Like I said, a lot of the conversations that go on online are just real talk, a visual representation of what people are really thinking, right? And so when a lot of people get online and you see a lot of these conversations, specifically right now when it comes to relationships, you feel me? Like they are just putting a mirror based on their own experiences and things that they are lacking. And I see that a lot, bro. I see a lot of people who are hurt, bro. You feel me? And not in a way that I don't think will be obvious. You know what I'm saying?
But like, you wouldn't really know.
Yeah, but you can see just how people are so reactive.
People's movements.
Like, the way that they carry themselves, that these things are kind of true. You feel me?
Triggers.
And so there you go. Right.
Triggers. Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a very true statement. I think that you know, a lot of us try to, or yeah, a lot of us try to just be strong through a lot of these things. You know what I mean? Um, but sometimes you can't mask it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
people can see it, and it comes out in your reactions to certain things. That's why I said the word trigger. When you could not, man, you could not even know that you're triggering somebody,
Right.
because of how they hold it together so well, and you may just say one thing and that they fly off the handle.
That part.
You know what I mean? Because they're masking it so well that you become really unaware, and you know, you're not thinking, you don't not meaning no harm or
right
anything like that, but that your reaction to something could be triggering to that person
and their experience.
and you may have never not experienced that, so you know, the way that you speak about it may not correlate with how they feel about it, and that's what causes a rift right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it just turns into that. But you know, a lot of that comes from upbringing, I think, personally. Like,
yeah, man,
you know, it happens if you didn't really, you know, have your dad or mom the whole time. Because I feel like also, I get what she's saying, but you can't also just forget about the moms either, because there's some moms that don't want to be around their kids either, and that shit will affect the kid as well.
There you go. Like
because as she said, she's saying it in just a streamlined form of what parents that are together are supposed to do. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That if life was like that solely, and it was no things that didn't really happen, and the dad just provides and the mom provides emotional support, cool. But we're at a point in life where that's not really the gist of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
There are some dads that aren't there, majority, and then there are some moms that's not there either.
Right.
So it plays on both hands. You know what I'm saying? Like a kid that don't got their mom, it's gonna still have emotional detachment issues when they grow up, just as a kid that don't got their dad.
Right on.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it just happens to be that the majority of kids that have those issues probably didn't have a dad. And I just feel like, and it probably didn't, and it's usually in the Black community. So I feel like us as dads, Black dads, like, we got to get our shit together. You know what I mean?
There's definitely
and if it ain't, you know, I get it. It ain't just gonna change overnight. You know, you're not gonna see the results overnight. But just the fact of knowing, like, you know, it's a lot of us that ain't. We not holding niggas accountable either. Like, man, when you got a homie that ain't really doing all he could for his kid, you shouldn't fuck with him. In my opinion,
that's
like,
out.
Man,
that's an automatic,
like, nah, I'm straight, bro.
Communication.
Yeah, I don't really want to, you know,
squad.
I don't really want to rock with you like
taking
that.
care of your responsibilities as a man. You know?
If that's something you're not interested in,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And mind you, like, and we see that you're capable, right? Like,
especially when you got the capabilities.
There you go. Like, if you're capable and you're, you know, able-bodied, there's no excuse for you to not try your best to do what you can to have an impact on your child's life. That's just the message. You feel me? There's no excuses, like, in any capacity, right? So at that point, then it becomes, like you said, we have to as well take accountability from the social dynamic standpoint, where it's like, yeah, you know, there have been a lot of obstacles and a lot of things that Black men have gone through, you know, through this whole process of being here in America, right? But in reality, like, as we continue to grow and as we continue to, you know, do the research, right? Like we bring it right here, these studies are showing, like, nah, bro, like, even if you are willing to try, bro, your kids see that. Kids understand effort. The
chances of your kid, you know, being straight,
it's literally life or death, homie. Like, that's the way you gotta look at this.
If you just trying,
there you go. You know? Like, if you feel like it's that important for you as a father to be there for your kid, then you 100% need to be doing the work and not afraid to, like, do whatever it takes. You dig? Like, that's law right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think she continues here. I think it's only for a little bit though.
We get school dropping out, and we get use of drugs. If you take large numbers of fathers out of a community, and male children do not have fathers to model their behavior after and to lean against, so that they gain strength and confidence in themselves as male children, then you will have children forming together in gangs.
All right. So we just talked about this, right? Where it's like we see where that void has to get filled. You know, like she said, like your first person that you look up to or you emulate, especially if you are a boy, is your dad. That's just natural. You feel me? Like that's a natural thing.
That's who's supposed to be there.
Right.
You just
So if
just
that
goes
is
like
absent and you don't have that, naturally you're going to try to seek that in other things. And like she's mentioning, that can turn into a collection of those lost youth collectively coming together. And then, of course, in the Black community, you're going to be classified as a gang. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what we live out here in, you know, Los Angeles. That's what we saw. You feel me? A lot of people that we know who are, you know, gang members, you know, and active, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them came from parents where they did not have a father in the household. And unfortunately, you feel me? It is what it is sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth, though. And naturally,
but you know me, B, I'm always playing devil's advocate. There are some of the coldest niggas that I know got both parents too.
Right on.
Because there's also the aspect of the dad could be there, but
he's not really there.
He's not really there. He could, or he works too much, or
right.
He got this going on, or he doing this on the side, or he just don't give a fuck. So I don't want to just classify it as if the dad's there, it'll be all better. No, I mean like there and in some form active.
There you go.
In the kid's life.
Right. Present.
Let me say it like that.
Present in more ways than just like you said, providing money wise.
Because that's why when she makes that statement, I don't fully agree, because you can get your dad to have all the money in the world and give you every single thing you want. That don't mean you're not gonna be a fuck up still.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the presence. It's the holding you accountable. It's the showing you what life is about. Telling you when you're wrong, telling you, hey, you should be doing this like this. Not letting you talk to your mom any kind of way.
Right.
Because if you look at life, that's the first woman you're gonna really meet that you give a fuck about. So you the way you as a boy, the way you talk to your mom is probably how you gonna end up talking to women.
That part. It's a very
so your dad's energy gotta be present more so than just providing. It's more than just money.
That part.
Then making sure you got all of this shit that you want. It's gotta also be a form of presence, a form of energy.
You can move that, Joe.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's gotta be a part of it too. So that's why I agree with her, maybe 70 to 80%, but when she uses the verbiage of, you know, the dad is supposed to provide and the mom is supposed to provide the moral support and all that, I don't agree with that. I feel like that's a 50-50 thing. Both parents are supposed to provide the moral support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's an emotional commitment that both parents have to make. You feel me? In order for a kid to feel that.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
So I hear her, but
right. All right, let's see.
You see, engaging in destructive activity.
What he goes into the goal, like verse. All right, so the verse, it says, long ago, when the Lord led our ancestors out into Egypt so that he could give us a rich and fertile land, he pronounced curses among us through his servant Moses. And today we are suffering because of those curses. All right. We refuse to obey the word of the Lord, in which he spoke through us through the prophet. You feel me? Real, a lot of suffering going on, you know what I'm saying, out here. And
I want to say it again.
Kind of definitely be held accountable for that, right? So here's a clip from Charleston White.
Ask me, where does it stem from? It stems from the absence of their father, who don't have a voice in the words of their mother. The words of their mother shape the respect that they have for their father because he's absent. Respect your father in my house. Remember that?
Yeah.
The absence of the father, but the words of the mother says you're going to respect this man in my house. Daddy, what now? The words of the mother, huh?
All right. So what'd you think of that clip?
You know, I'm not a big Charleston White.
Right. Agree.
You know, I feel like he
be on that bull.
He twists certain shit and makes certain things sound a certain way when, you know, in reality, a lot of that shit don't be like that. You know what I mean? And I can't knock out he was raised. You know, he's older than me, so it may have been like that then. But
Yeah.
Where we're at in this era, it ain't. If the mom is doing this shit all by herself, bro, or the dad is there here and there, it goes back to the main thing. If the dad is not there for the complete thing, if the dad is just the provider and he's not there for the complete thing, where we're at in this era, the mom ain't finna just be on no, oh well, since your dad's not here, these will be his words. No, fuck no.
Right.
The mom gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna tell your daddy and when he get here, he gonna handle it. That's where we at with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If the dad is present like that, it ain't act how you supposed to act. Act as though your dad is here. No, the dad gotta be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, I hear him. I get it how it was, but it ain't. It's not like that in this era, man. It's just not. You know.
Right.
Unfortunately, I mean, back then, yeah, you probably could get away with that, but you're not getting away with it, especially with these kids. These kids are visual learners. They look at it like, if that ain't here, then I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying when I say, you know, the energy of the dad actually being there constitutes how girls too, just kids in general,
right?
How you even treat your mom. You know what I mean? Like, because girls go up on their mom
all the time,
you know, and boys don't. Man, I'm not listening to mom, but the dad get in that house and kids shut the fuck up,
right?
For some odd reason,
get it together.
You know? They figure it out like, oh shit, they not playing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or mom not playing, dad not playing. Now it's mom and dad ain't. No, you know, right? Y'all on the same page as mom and dad ain't playing.
There you go.
Versus just, oh, you know what your dad be on, but if he ain't here and it's just you.
Yeah, and as a young boy gets bigger, of course, it's gonna be less you could tell him.
I'm not listening to that, mom.
Physically, you won't be able to control him. So it's not really much you can do.
I don't necessarily agree with what Charleston White had to say right there, but I can get to. I got an understanding for how he was probably raised and where he come from. You know what I mean? And back in that time,
country folk.
You know what I mean? Most kids were in fear of that. Like, man. And the mom would be able to get away with just saying, you know, hey, when your dad, I'm gonna tell your dad, when your dad ain't here, you act like he here. And it's like,
it's a different
kids
era
these
now.
days is like, well, he's not here. So
right.
I'm gonna act the ass till he get here.
That part.
You know, and that's kind of where we're at with that, you know.
So let's see. I think it's another clip in here.
All that shit is fatherlessness. You don't know what it feel like to be in the presence of a man that has some authority. How you gonna feel comfortable with this shit out in the world? This is why we end up struggling as young ladies trying to process and like feel comfortable around y'all. I feel like a nigga trying to control you. Feel like you're trying to tell me what to do. Feel like you're trying to use your money to do. It's a lot of shit we misperceive or we take it the wrong way. Because we don't know what it feel like to have a daddy that say, this is the decision as a man, and ain't no woman coming to put her 2 cents on it, right? Then you always seeing how a woman solves and processes and run the household. This your programming. Now flip the same shit to a young boy. You 16, 17, fully grown in your build, but you only ever saw a woman run shit. You only ever saw your mama, decide how stuff gonna go in the household. And we nurture her. So a lot of times women don't even realize all that fussing, the way you handling your son, you fucking him up. And this is why it's a lot of niggas that they not gay. They heterosexual males. They are attracted to women, but they can't stand a fucking woman.
All right.
That's probably some of the realest shit I heard this week. I'm not gonna lie to you. That might be the realest clip of the week for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but in a sense, it's definitely what we're seeing right now, just as far as like how a lot of men move, how a lot of women move, and the fact that a lot of, like I said, the social dynamics when it's the relationship conversation is based a lot in the fact that a lot of women, they just don't know what it means to be behind a man who's a leader and who has a vision, and you want to, accrue your life to the vision. You feel me? It's just not, they don't see that. They've never been.
Because they never seen it. Because they've never seen it.
They've never seen it. They've never been in a household understanding how it works together, how both are present and how both are as important as possible. You feel me? But like she mentioned, it's a certain dynamic that is just they did not see growing up. So naturally, you're gonna grow up with a certain type of, like she said, a resentment where if you're a young boy, you never really saw a man running a household. Guess what? When you reach a certain level, when you're working, maybe you're working a regular job, let's even say you're an athlete, like a lot of times they do become, right? Most times, what do you see? A lot of the behavioral issues because a man is in the coaching position and he's on your ass, right? That's just naturally how it is. If you have a dad, sometimes, most times, a lot of times, he's going to be on you more than you actually are thinking about when you're young, because you just think, all right, your dad's tripping, but in reality, he's building you. He's giving you those skills, a tough skin to understand when you go, when you go out, there you go. When you go out into the world, you're gonna have to deal with what I'm giving to you today. Clean up your room, make sure you take out the trash, make sure you're respectful to people. When you talk to somebody, look them in the eye, right? You feel me? Stuff that's very integral to being a man. You know what I'm saying? And also being a woman. You feel me? Having respect for yourself, right? And that's others. Key. Yes, and exactly. Others. Right. And so a lot of that, you're not going to gain that as much. You feel me? Definitely women do a great job. And you feel me? Single mothers do what they can. Yeah. But to the specific topic,
upbringing, man.
There you go.
That shit is upbringing. Think about it, man. You ain't think about it. If your dad was never there the whole time for a female.
Right.
You wouldn't even. A lot of women trip out on niggas, and when they finally get in an argument with it, because they never was mad at their dad before. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't there.
Right.
Being mad at your dad is different than being mad at your mom. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And you know, not to say it like that, but your dads are niggas.
Right.
It's a nigga. It's a man. So your anger versus towards the man is gonna be kind of skewed if he ain't been there. So you going probably the first time you get mad at a nigga, you fly off the fucking handle.
Yeah, and that's why
and then every time after that, you fly off the handle because you're not used to it. And now you're at such an age where you like, you know how women get, oh, ain't nobody finna tell me nothing. I'm 23, 24, 25, 32, 30, I'm this many years old. 38, 30, and you ain't really had a dad like that the whole time. You're gonna continue tripping on niggas. Right. Continuously, because you don't know how to react to it because you never seen it before.
Yeah, and it's like people replay a lot of stuff, traumas in their relationships. You feel me? And so like that plays out. You feel me? Like I said, sometimes it's a mirror, and like a lot of these relationship gurus and people who are on these podcasts, you feel me? They go on here and they say a lot of, cool crazy things.
No, say a lot of cool shit. Yeah. Sometimes crazy shit,
right.
Sometimes cool shit.
Right. And sometimes it's for the virality of it all. But if we really be them. Yeah. And if we're really bringing it down to the nitty gritty, anybody who's ever been in a relationship understands that it's not just what you want. Right. That's impossible. Nobody in any relationship, I don't care who they are, they're lying to you if they tell you this, that they are not compromising something to be with the person that they're with. That's a part of being in a relationship. If you want to be in a successful one, right? Yeah. You could definitely be in a terrible relationship and have everything your way, but the other person is not going to be happy. That's just the reality.
The word compromise is synonymous with the word relationship.
Right.
I feel like how you just said it be, if you could be in a relationship and everything goes right for you, but the other person, that's not a relationship.
It's not.
So if there's no compromise, it's not a relationship.
Yeah,
so
somebody getting used.
So let's not even call it a relationship. You're literally just fucking over that person at that point.
Yeah.
And that person just probably may love you so much that they're not really tripping off of being fucked up.
Or you might have a family together. You guys might have a home. All these things, right? There's a lot of stuff of why people stay in those type of relationships, unfortunately, right? It's everything that's attached to it. But in reality, like you're saying, like it's really one of those things where we look at it from a back perspective and we can say like, nah, man, like there's nobody on this earth who's ever chosen somebody to be with and be in a relationship with and say everything is my way, you don't get to do anything your way. It's impossible.
It can't go like that.
It will never work. And that's why it's like in these scenarios, when I see a lot of people coming on these podcasts lying, all right, these people are lying to y'all, all right, regardless of what anybody has to say, it's a lie. There is nobody who's living, even when you have these guys who act like they're rich alpha males and they're making millions of dollars. I can tell you right now that there is some random chick who came across them who got her. He had to compromise some part of himself to be with that girl.
He's not getting everything his way.
Let's just keep it a buck.
He may say that shit out loud.
All right. We know these guys. All right. It's not what y'all think.
And likewise.
You know what I'm saying?
It just is what it is. It's on both ends.
And that's nothing to be ashamed of, right?
That's just not gonna go like that.
It's a stigma though, because on the internet, right? Anybody can be a caricature, right? Nobody can experience any hurt. Nobody can have any weaknesses, right? Everybody's a winner on the internet, okay? Nobody ever takes losses or nothing, right? But in reality, we know what the real is. You feel me? Everybody takes L's. Everybody goes through shitty relationships. Everybody has stuff that they've compromised to be with a person that they are not proud of, all right? A lot of people.
Yes.
So that part in a whole, like, encapsulating, it's like, bro, like the real perspective, having a father, having somebody to help you, guide you through with a mother is the perfect dynamic for a child.
Having a father in some of these scenarios that we see would help a lot of people stop acting a certain way.
Man,
you wouldn't have to be an actor. You wouldn't be on the internet acting. You'd get more realism from people and be like, oh no, I feel like what he's saying is really real, because he probably had his dad. And I'm not even saying in the sense of, even if your mom and dad didn't get along and they parted ways, the dad can still be there.
The dad is still a dad.
He's still gonna be a dad,
right? So regardless,
just like the mom's gonna be the mom,
right?
So,
like you only get one parent, one dad, one mom,
one dad, one mom. So
you feel me?
This is where, to the point where it's like a lot of people miss that and they compensate for it in weird fucking ways.
Yeah, bro.
And they don't even realize that they're doing it.
Like she mentioned, devices. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have devices. A lot of people indulge in sexual acts and all types of stuff, right?
But then you
trying
also
to fulfill that void.
Like I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it in a different way. But then you also get the people that got both parents.
Oh yeah,
and still do dumb shit, and it makes it. Those ones make it even worse,
bro.
Where it's just like, damn, bro, you had your mom and your dad the whole time, and this is what you ended up on.
We just seen that director. What's his name? Rob Reiner. His son killed him. You feel me? Or unalived him.
That shit is crazy,
right? Unalives him, and this is, clearly a kid who comes from affluence. All right, Rob Reiner is a rich man, a rich director, plenty of money.
So what is the kid?
Right.
It's like, what do you?
Some things,
something was just off,
right?
Because it's like you can't be. It ain't like, oh, you're destitute, and man, I can't get nothing as a kid. I'm having shitty Christmases. I feel like it's my dad's fault, so I want to off him. No, it's not that. It's more than that.
Yeah, daddy issues can work in reverse too, where it's like, we talking about the good part, but there's also the bad parts where there are kids who grew up with affluence, and maybe, like you said, maybe Rob Reiner was a good dad. He feels in his estimation, but maybe there was some disconnect there. You feel me? Where he was estranged. Who knows, right?
Or he could be mad. A lot of young boys gravitate to gravitate to the mom. OD,
yeah, man.
And if you having issues with the mom and maybe arguments and whatever, the kid feel a certain way. He want to off you. I don't know. It happens like that.
It's really tough to know.
A young boy is sit and wait till he feel like he big enough and get at you a certain way. And you may have just had, over the years, 4 or 5 bad arguments with your wife, which is not a bad thing. That shit happens. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be the best, but you know what I mean,
right?
A couple of those, and a boy at a young age may look at that as trauma and want to rectify it for his mom.
Yeah, man.
Once he become of age,
right?
I don't know. These things be happening. For real.
And we see it every day, man. And it's unfortunate because that's just where we're at right now in this society, bro. Like it's getting tricky out here, man.
It's scary.
All right, here we go.
When you're raising especially a boy, I came from a household where it was just a mom. I had my grandfather and I had my pops, but there was no men in the household.
Talking right.
I started arguing with females once I started to go through things. It got physical orders. You know why? Because I was an emotional boy. I didn't have nobody in the household to say, okay, look, this is not how you go about it. Go to the gym. I had to learn this from YouTube. Read books. Hold on, let me finish. I had to read books. Go on YouTube. Do these different avenues I had to learn. Yes, grandpa telling me certain things, pops telling me certain things. But when you have a man in a household, the chances of that boy that's becoming a man to grow up emotional, 80% of the people that's in jail came from single household mothers. Meaning this, if I'm in a club and a nigga step on my sneakers, yo, bro, what's up, bro? What you doing? Now, guess what? Somebody died, somebody going to jail. You know why? Because that boy wasn't raised in a household with men. That's the problem in society, because females with the mindset that I don't need a man. That's the reason why we have females in this generation that's having kids. That I don't need a man. Now they growing up without fathers. Now God brings it emotional ass boys.
No. That's not even everybody's situation, right?
All right.
He not lying.
All right. So
He not lying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I that's it in a nutshell. It's coming directly from him. Like I said, social media sometimes can be a mirror, you feel me, of exactly real emotions and like moments, right? And clearly they was having clearly an impassioned conversation, and that moment, you feel me, was captured, and he's explained it very well. But this is the reality though, like, and I feel like that's the thing sometimes, is like, even now, where we have to be careful in a way, because women sometimes have now equated all men to being or coming from a certain background, and now all men are emotional and this or that. But in reality, like you said, like, I know plenty of dudes who come from a single parent home, and they're not emotional. You know what I mean? They're very upstanding men. They know how to control themselves. They do the right things. So we can't say all, painting every man with a brush, right? Based on, like you said, one parent or two parents.
I can make a statement right now that have women hot. Like, all women put niggas in the same box, no matter who you are, no matter what you've done. Y'all niggas we all go in the same fucking box.
That part.
But then there's some women that be like, no, we don't. Yeah, you do. But I'll just, I digress. But the statement you just said is literally what it is. We all go in the same bucket until you prove yourself different.
Right.
When it should be the opposite way.
That part.
But it's not like that.
Yeah, because sometimes
we all going the same, no matter what you got going on, you in the same bucket. G. That's just, and it didn't just get like that. It's grew into that. But that's where we're at right now. It's just like, no matter what you're doing, unless you just got buku bread and you know what dollar signs do.
That part.
But if you just getting your little Cheetos, you straight, you got your bread, you doing what you're doing, you doing good in life, you taking care of what you're supposed to take care of, you still in the same bucket as a nigga that's not doing nothing to a woman.
Right.
In my personal opinion, I feel like that's how women be looking at shit. Until you show them, and then when you show them, then there's another thing you got to get through. It's just like it's
a lot of layers.
Shit is very layered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of that comes from the fact that women got these fucking guards up because some of them didn't have fucking dads.
Yeah, man. It's
the same with niggas.
Yeah, it's hard to let that guard down when you don't feel protected.
Niggas get to move in a certain way because, my dad, I didn't have a dad to tell me not to do this. I didn't have a dad to tell me that once I get angry at a woman for saying some dumb shit to me, not to punch her in the mouth. I didn't have a dad to tell me that.
Right. That part.
I didn't have a dad to help me channel that anger. And I didn't get to see my dad handle my mom when they in an argument. So I don't know how I'm supposed to be in an argument.
Yeah, how to resolve it.
My thought process is, oh no. Because women are gonna say disrespectful shit. That's what they do. If you don't got a dad around to let you know how you supposed to be acting, you be done swung on a bitch before you even realize you did it.
How to keep your head cool. Cooler heads always prevail. That's
a dad to son thing. And even though for a daughter too.
Yeah.
But for a daughter, you got the mom. You got kind of more to do that.
Yeah.
But for a dad to a son, that's one of them things. So your dad is gonna teach you how to keep a cool head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your dad is gonna let you know certain things that you need to do when handling women. If you
Yeah.
don't have that and you just figuring it out,
The consequences are deadly, bro. Literally,
it ends
like,
up
there's a
it
lot
ends
of
up pretty
that.
fucked up for a
Yeah,
lot of
man,
people.
a lot of
lot of
these,
guys.
yeah, a lot of
It
these
ends up
young
pretty bad.
men, you know, who have been crashing out. You feel me? Lately, you know, over women. This isn't by coincidence. You know what I'm saying? A lot
Yeah.
of times they are not equipped with the emotional regulation that's necessary, right? Like sometimes, you know, unfortunately, but this is what it is. Like it's a gauntlet as going from a boy to a young man. And when you're going through that gauntlet, sometimes you got to realize your own strengths and your own weaknesses, right? And most times your dad is the one who lets you know.
He
You
regulates.
feel me?
those
Yeah,
things.
like
'Cause
how
you don't-
small
you're not
you
gonna
are. You,
fucking know.
yeah, you ain't that big, bro. You feel me? You're not who you think you are. And sometimes it gets physical. That's just what it is. You
You
know,
need
if you got a young boy on your hands who is full of testosterone, it's gonna happen, right? Because you're the dad, right? You're the son, and that's sometimes what happens. But if you don't have cooler heads that prevail, what happens? There is a physical consequence for men if you do not control your emotions. That's the difference between men and women.
Yes.
Women can be as emotional as they want to and go crazy, all that stuff. It's you know,
It doesn't become an issue
right.
for them.
It's socially
It
accepted.
doesn't become an issue
all right?
for them until they put their hands on a man.
Right. But if a
Up until
man
that point, they get to do
if
whatever.
a man
say whatever
you're
the
doing
fuck
too
they want.
much, your voice gets too loud, you stand up too quickly, it's very real. There are real ramifications that can happen for you. All right, because out in the real world, that's not your family. You don't know what can happen, and you don't know what nobody is carrying. You don't know what nobody is thinking.
You don't know what nobody is capable of.
Your life is on the line. All right, and as a young boy, you need
to understand. Who you think is going to tell you that? A woman's not going to tell you that.
No. Your
Seriously.
dad is
will
going
probably
to
tell you that.
Your dad is either going to tell you or he's going to show you. 100%. It's one or the other. There is no back and forth when a father is in the household.
Or if you're a real low, you may get both.
Man.
He may tell you and you don't understand. So he got to show you.
Right. And unfortunately, that's just how it has to be sometimes, right? And like I said, there's a maturation process, but it ain't pretty. You feel me?
Not for a boy.
Right. And so, you know, back in the days, what was that process, right? Back in when we were indigenous people of this land, there were journeys that young boys had to go on with what? Their male counterparts.
Yeah.
You have to go out into the wilderness and kill, make your first kill and bring it back. All right. A rite of passage.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had to show a level of strength and nobility, right?
Yeah.
And so
maturity as well.
There you go. And so
understanding for shit.
Those skill sets that we had to lose, right? Because we are now more primitive and modern, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We cannot send our young boys out here to be doing that, but there are other ways that gauntlet has to be created.
The
You feel
reality,
me?
this is the sick part. We look at it on the back end though. For some of the our young boys that don't got fathers, they going out and getting their first kill.
There you go.
But they killing off their own.
There you go.
You know why they killing off their own? Because
the energy has to go somewhere.
There's no dad to be like, hey man, hey, we not doing that.
Listen, that energy has to go somewhere, bro. All right, so I think it's another clip on here. Here
That's
we go.
crazy.
It's facts.
That's not for everybody in that situation. Okay.
All right, let's go here.
A better understanding too. The black man don't want his wife to get up and go to work every morning and punch a time card right along with him. He wants his wife home just like the white man wants his wife at home.
Because a father represents the law in the home, and a mother represents love in the home. You take when a child come in and he's hurt or bruised or something, he goes to mama. But when he come in and he has a problem, he goes to daddy.
All right. And mind you, this is, you know, it's an old interview, but I agree with that dynamic as far as like when we keep it, like you said, just to the emotional side of things, like that's how it is in my household. I ain't gonna hold you. Like if it's something going on emotionally with me, I'll go to my mom. If it's something that I need to know, I need to get done, You feel me? I'm calling Ricky Brown, you know what I'm saying? And it's going down. Like, that's what it is. Like, you know, if I need some guidance on, you feel me, some money stuff, whatever, my dad, he gonna pick up first call. You know what I mean? But it's like there's a difference, though. There is in that dynamic.
You know why it got lost, or why it gets lost, or why it's gonna probably stay lost, is because that little statement that the second lady said, or the second man said, it's that plus what the first lady said. It's the thought of now the woman feel like, well, shit, I'm punching the clock too. I could be like the man. In certain scenarios, and it's like, nah, don't go that far just because you got to go get some money too. Just like times have changed, man. You it would behoove you to work. You will be able to help your man out if y'all on that
helps
type
both of you guys in retrospect.
And if if it's helping both of y'all, what is it doing for the children? It's helping the children too, or the child, or whatever.
In an
economy, I get it.
Super
in an economy that's sketchy as fuck is what I'm saying. Now, if this was the fucking 80s, yeah, no man. I don't think if the economy stayed like it stayed from the 80s until now, I don't think no man would have no problem just flat out paying for every fucking thing, doing
we'll be having a different conversation.
This wouldn't be, we wouldn't be talking about this. But things have evolved. Shit costs more money. So the fact of a woman, yeah, you may have to get up and go to work. Even for a little bit. It may not, some niggas may have it to the point where you just got to get a part-time job, and that helps. But I think it became transactional, even with the children. Like, oh, I'm doing this, and that. When I should just be taking care of the children. Like, who's that? But how do you get to constitute that? How do you just taking care of the children? You should just take care of the children. So you think that because I'm going to work every day and taking care of all of y'all, that I'm not taking care of the children? Or am I just providing? You know what I'm saying? In a sense.
100%,
because if you want to just providing, then don't ask me shit. Don't send the kid to ask me shit. You do all of it then. If I'm doing all of it, that's not how life is. That's not how you're supposed to be with your children.
Compromise, man.
There are, once a keyword, there are gonna be things that the young boy gonna want to come ask me that he might not want to ask you.
He'll need to ask you.
But if I'm really trying to get, that's what I'm saying. I'm really getting at you because you getting at me so foul. Like, oh, you supposed to be doing this and this. You supposed to be the provider. And I'm telling him, well, don't ask me shit, man. Ask your mom. Is that young boy gonna get the emotional support he's looking for? No, because he was looking for his dad to say this, but his dad's so fucking tired and wore out because it's in this day and age, it's our duty to provide. Provide don't just mean money. Provide means a plethora of things. Protection. You gotta be there fucking mentally. You gotta be able to talk to your kids and your woman, right? It's a bunch of other things you gotta do than just go get money.
Oh yeah, man.
But if you leave it up to some women, they get to the point where you just supposed to just get money.
Yeah.
And run yourself ragged just getting money. That's not beneficial for no kid. When your dad just works and works and works and works, and you want to come talk to him, and
that's not the only role. The
nigga don't want to talk to you because this nigga got to get up and go to work in fucking 2 hours, and he just worked 15 hours.
Man, and
you know what I'm saying?
Some fathers, they're gone traveling. They're on the road. They're everywhere else.
Like, yeah, I hear what those two older heads are saying. Our ancestors. But I'm also saying it in the sense of like, you can't just pinpoint it like, oh, the dad's the provider and the mom provides the love and emotional support. That's not that.
Right.
It's not.
Because he figured daddy is the symbol of law. That is a symbol. He comes to daddy because daddy can help him.
And I don't think it's good that a mother have to get out and work and leave her children at home. It makes bad children. It causes some children to go astray. It's too much freedom, whereas there's a girl in the home. It causes illegitimate pregnancy in the home from the girl. And just any number of things that it causes when a parent have to go out and leave her children at home by themselves.
All right, so I mean, essentially, I can agree, I guess, in a certain extent, but this is from 1968, so there was still a lot of of real stigmas that were still there.
That's all I'm
you
saying.
feel
Think
me?
about them. That's 1968. We in 2025. So
Mhm.
you don't think nothing has evolved since then? Yes, there's this. It's not like that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
We're in a new era, man.
This is a new
completely.
era where you do things as a team, as a whole.
Yeah. Or if not, we see now the results.
Or you
right? We're
attempt, or
seeing
you
the
attempt, or
results.
you at least
Hell
attempt
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Because these kids are pretty wild and rambunctious, and they do a lot of wild shit. But if they see their parents trying and they on one accord, the chances of them trying to get over and do dumb shit, and you know, when I'm with mom, I do this, and when I'm with dad, I do. If y'all communicating in the right way, a lot of that shit don't happen.
It will have to align. You feel
And
me?
that's all I'm saying.
Like there will have to be some alignment that always will have to happen in those scenarios. So yeah, I totally agree.
But
with that.
for the you know, the percentage is a very low percentage, especially in the black community. For the parents that are together still and they in them kids' lives together though, in the same household.
That part.
You know what I mean? It also becomes the same dynamic of, you know, don't just act like that's gonna make it better. You still got to do the work within there. You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
If you want your kid to be on the right path, you still have to, because these kids are very advanced these days, and just a mom and a dad being in the house ain't enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to actually do some shit.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Be on some shit. You got to be on these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. We got another clip here. Let me make sure it pulls up for y'all. Boom. All right.
Fathers ruined their childhoods. They said Venus and Serena's father was way too hard on them. He was way too strict. He made them work too much. When they were kids, they probably would have agreed with that. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that as adults and some of the greatest tennis players in history, I don't think they mind that discipline that their father gave them.
Very appreciative.
Floyd Mayweather's dad started teaching him how to punch before he could even walk. Even at a young age, he understood that the discipline his father gave him was instrumental to his success.
First, I want to thank the good man upstairs for giving me this opportunity to win the national championship. And second of all, I want to thank my father.
The same could be said about Tiger Woods' father.
But he never pushed me over the edge. He would take me right up to the breaking point and he'd back off. Eventually it would take more, and then more, and then more, and then more, finally to the point where it didn't bother me anymore.
And the harsh reality is, there would be no Michael Jackson without Joe Jackson.
By me, to be a for him a little bit and to make him a superstar, you know, because look, it just didn't happen on his own.
Sometimes the greatest gift that a father could give to his children is discipline. A good father doesn't always give you freedom, but he'll teach you how to earn it.
All right. So those are some legendary black fathers right there. You feel me? Who a lot of people, like you said, the stigma was, you know, Tiger Woods' father was too hard on him. Venus and Serena father, King Williams, he was too hard on them. You feel me? And you saw how successful these young black children became, the greatest to ever do it, right? You feel me? Michael Jackson, they notoriously talked about Joe Jackson.
How much
from
of
Gary,
an asshole
Indiana,
he was,
and
all of this,
right?
and treated them kids fucked
He
up
created
and all
the
of that.
greatest artist to ever live. All right, Janet Jackson, who is a close second.
Close fucking second, man.
All
But
right,
the girl version of it.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I get, and I'm agreeable with what that man just said, but I also look at it like we got to look at it still within a certain retrospect. Don't look at it like, oh well, look at them. Those are stars. You know what I mean? Those kids had a God-given talent that he just named. Tiger Woods, God-given talent.
Oh yeah.
To golf. Floyd Mayweather, God-given talent to box. Michael Jackson, God-given talent to sing. These are God-given talents, but all of them shits can go bad if there's no dad there to fucking keep those shits in line.
Guidance, bro.
Or mom. Just just family
right.
in general is what I'm saying.
That part.
So they don't, just because a God-given talent is, it's a lot of people, it's a lot of getting to the NFL, NBA. getting a record deal. All of these things are God-given talents, but if they are not nurtured the right way, and you know, you ain't given any guidance, you can fuck them up for sure. And not even make it. How many guys do that even we know that went to the NFL or went to college at least and fucked up?
Right.
A ton of them. You know what I mean?
The streets if you
put it to the test of, well, shit, if that nigga dad was around, it's not a lie.
Yeah, man.
Or if his mom and dad was around, whether they were together or not, and they just poured into these kids. Yeah, a lot of kids make it. But what I'm saying is when there's not both and it's not aligned, and it's not, everybody is not putting the thought of, man, we just trying to make things the best for this child or these children. It goes left most times.
Yeah, man.
In most scenarios, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the parents in general, the dad and the mom, are equally important. But in most scenarios, the dad has a tougher route to be able to show that he's there. You know what I mean? Especially if the mom and dad ain't together.
Yep.
And let's not, if we bring race into it, there's, man, we just now been able to start getting good jobs and doing all of this shit as black men.
Yeah.
Most black men, man, is trapping, rapping, scrapping, robbing, stealing, doing all kind of shit.
Right.
For their family.
Basketball.
Or going to play a sport.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? Those are the avenues. It's not a lot. There's a good amount, but there's not a lot of guys that's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go get a trade. Fuck it. I don't got a problem just getting a 9 to 5 and taking care of my kid. No, because of the stigma, like, oh no, we got to get to it, and you got to provide for me and the kids and do all that. No, you help me provide, and I'll be able, a little bit of stress will be off of me, and then now I can help morally with you. That's the give or take, like you just said. That's the compromise. 100%. That's the being a team. A lot of that has gone missing, and I'll probably say from the end of our era. So us in our 30s, those kids that were coming up while I was 30, they're missing all of that. They're not getting that, man. They're not.
Yeah, especially the youth. The youth, they're not getting. They kind of stuck. You know what I'm saying?
And it's gotten progressively worse to the point where now it's just like, oh well, the moms, they not making it no better either, because they're still taking the chances and still having the babies. Like, oh well, this guy's gonna do. No, he's gonna. Now you got 3 baby daddies because this guy's gonna do. No, pray. Ask God. Ask God. Pray and ask God, man, before you just start opening your legs and having babies. I ain't saying you don't enjoy yourself, but when you get to the point where you're having multiple babies by multiple baby daddies, you got to understand what that does to those children, because for the most part, you're probably gonna have those children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like on a day-to-day, you're probably gonna have. So let's just look at it from that aspect. B, you got 3 babies from 3 different baby daddies, right? Let's say today is little Johnny's day for his daddy to pick him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he come pick him up, but the other dad want to see little Brandon. So now you got both your baby daddies at the house, and they trying to pick up their kid, but they still might have beef with each other over you. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it in that aspect. I'm not blaming the women, but you guys put niggas in tough spots a lot.
It's a trick bag.
That's you know what I'm saying. So then it's like, women get to plan. Well, shit. At this point, I got 3 baby daddies. I gotta be with one of them, because ain't no nigga gonna want no woman that got 3 baby daddies and 3 babies.
Yeah, man.
So now I'm gonna try to be with one of them, but what you think the other 2 niggas gonna think? So it's like it's like I'm not saying that y'all playing the game, but you guys put niggas in crazy spots where you could have just probably chilled the fuck out, and you may have just had 1 baby daddy with 3 babies if you really But he wasn't getting to it like I wanted him to do. He was moving too slow. He wasn't doing it. He was. So think about it. If you a nigga that's just a hothead, and you may have been OD in love with the girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not really going to that house like that, bro. If you know it's other niggas there, because you know what the result of it. You may pop up and he may just be getting his son, but you still on her because you still emotionally attached to this lady. You still want her.
Mm-hmm.
And now you doing dumb shit. Now you didn't cause an incited violence. See, that's how kids get these little stigmas on them, and they like, man, it was fucked up for me. And this trauma, man.
That's real trauma, though.
So I'm saying, as much as we can blame the fact, dads don't be there, I'm giving you reasons why they don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga like me, I'm not gonna let that stop me. But I'm just saying I can see why certain niggas just be like, let me not.
There's a lot of toxic relationships that
there are other issues that arise.
Children are attached to, bro. Yes. It's just the reality of where we at. And I think a lot of people, have started to see more, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you feel me, these conversations have started to pop up more, because it's like there is two sides of that coin. You feel me?
And we've gotten away from the whole togetherness and understanding what that means for a child, like the togetherness.
You know what I mean? The basics, man.
Like we may not have to be together on some me and you shit, but when it comes to the kid, we gotta be on the same page.
That's the priority, man. Everything comes from that,
and until people understand that as well. And if you got a significant other also outside of, you know what I mean, your child's mother or your child's father, they gotta be aligned too,
right,
with what you're on.
Yep.
Like, man, look, we co-parenting, we doing this, and that. But man, I know, because I'm dealing with it in a certain aspect. It's got to be a certain way.
That part.
And I'm always, but a nigga like me, nigga like you, I feel like even if you was in that same spot, you would have that wherewithal to be like, look, I'm not gonna let what me and you didn't have constitute how my kid get raised. I'm gonna still do the best that I can do with you on some co-parenting shit to make sure that even though I may not be present in the house, I'm still present enough.
Hey, man.
For my kid to understand, like, oh no, if my dad hear about this shit, woo,
right.
Instead of like, oh well, we don't even know what dad
whatever.
He'll hear about this shit in a month. Like, I may hear about this shit later this week, but you're not getting, you're not getting away with that.
Especially when, if it's in the household, he gonna hear the day of.
Yeah, but see, on some household shit that day, you're gonna
right.
Know. So I'm just saying, it's just the fact of you may not be able to be in the house, but still when you're around your kids, act like you're in the house, because
like
I said, kids know.
They be on
especially these kids. They are very aware of what the fuck is going on and what they can get away with.
Because he thinks this is some shit.
Because the leader looking like he's sad, walking. Let me sleep. I'll tell you what, Mello, you can sleep the rest of the tournament if you want to, son. You ain't got to play. Here, hold the ball, because you ain't used to it. And until you learn to be like your brother and play both ends, you're going to be sorry as hell. I'll tell you his stats so you can see what the hell this is.
2 for 10. 10 turnovers.
I don't give a you heard it, seen it, read it, or wrote it down yourself. I'm going to say them out loud so your ass can hear them again. Into the third quarter, your ass got 8 turnovers. That's what I'm about to say. You're not getting no good shots for people. You're worried about what you're doing. The first one, you launch a 40-footer. You terrible, son. I thought you was better than that, man. You think you're bigger than what you are, and you're not. You're not a good leader, son. Because you're not focused on the game. You ain't getting nobody to the league.
Pay attention to Melo now. You heard it here. Pay attention to Melo now. His dad talking to him like that because he the best brother. Out of the 3, the youngest one is the hardest one. You get what I'm saying? If you and look at him now.
I like that.
Look at him now. He a walking fucking triple double. He ain't throwing that. He ain't throwing it. He's a walking fucking triple double right in the
I'm gonna tell you this. Right now. If you don't want to play basketball, you need to go do something else.
That's his father talking to him right now.
Oh, hello.
And he was grown like
We've got a.
you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
He was grown. He going to play there. And
You get tapped in the head. I told your ass, we cannot respond like that.
there's certain things that fathers see that
You
much
will
we love our
all
moms, they'll never see.
But you let me down. You.
There's shit that fathers see in their children that moms will never see.
Man.
And likewise, it's shit that moms see that, you know, that's why it's supposed to go together. It goes together.
Yeah, man.
You get what I'm saying?
LeVar is very direct. You feel me? He's a real person. And I think as real men, you feel me? That's the biggest part is the understanding that your dad gonna keep it real. You feel me? Your dad is the shot of reality. He's the one that's gonna hold the line.
Yeah.
He's the one that's gonna press you. You feel
Not
me?
saying your moms and shit ain't real.
Right.
But your mom is gonna fucking protect your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad is not gonna give a fuck if he really on what he's supposed to be on. He's gonna tell you what the fuck you need to hear.
That part.
I know, I lived it. You lived it.
Literally.
My dad ain't protecting my fucking feelings. Especially when I'm fucking up. He ain't.
And you're a dad, and I'm sure you do that with Zoe. That's how it goes. Like it's a pass down. Like that's how it goes. Like it's
and my mom and dad be sitting right there. They'll tell me if I'm going too hard, but when my daughter is fucking up, they don't say nothing. They be quiet. Now, you know, she just being a kid, you know, sometimes I get too locked in where it's just like, man, stop all that goofy shit. Well, John, that's how goofy.
Cool.
That's
Yes,
what kids do.
parameters.
Kids
of
are
course,
gonna be, so I shut up. But when Zoe, my daughter is fucking up, I get right at her. Like, hey, what's up with that? What's up with all of the shit you doing? I talk to her just like that, and she know what I'm talking about. Just the same way my dad got at me, got at my brother, got at my sister. Same thing.
That's a part of it, bro. That's
It happens like that.
That's a part
You
of the role that fathers play in a family dynamic. All right. And a family dynamic, the goal of the dad is to make sure that he is protecting his children, but at the same time, giving them the tools to be ready for the real world. Okay.
That's
you
the
have
end
to
goal.
be ready. You know what I'm saying?
That is the end goal.
And not to say that, oh, like, you know, kids are ready at 18. I have
not like that.
You know, stipulation with that.
But by the time they're 18,
there you go. Like,
at least they'll be able to come talk to you. Now you can talk.
Cognitive understanding of maturity, what the world really is like,
and my
how
dad
consequences
my dad
work.
is not dealing with no bullshit. So when I do bullshit at 18, I know what this is gonna be.
There you go. I'm expected, right, to know, hey man, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. Let me at least be careful when I'm doing this. Hey man, don't drink and drive.
Granted,
hey man, don't stay out too late. Whatever you do,
shit
you
happens.
feel me?
I get
100%. Kids are gonna make mistakes.
But as long as you know, a lot of kids, I was the kind of kid just like you was. When I made a mistake, I was already, you know, telling my dad. But I'm telling him that because he been there the whole time. I'm not even acting like this shit is. Oh man,
like you just know everything.
Yeah, I fucked up, but whatever. I'm not gonna get it back. Like, nah, you can sit down and talk to somebody about this shit, and I know the exact person that I need to talk to.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
It becomes that. So, yeah, I just think, you know, I don't want it to go like this, but the father in the household, and we got to do better. And I hope, you know, in my lifetime I see it. But the father in the household is becoming a lost art, and it's pretty fucked up when you think about it in life, because what else is there, you know?
Man, if we start, you know, like if we start losing the family dynamic, you know, society is definitely gonna go in a direction that, you feel me, that we're seeing right now. We're seeing a lot of, like I said, fatherless children who are flooding the internet with their pain and misery because of the things that they're lacking inside. You feel me? You see it, and it may not be, you know, directed at just, you know, their dad. It can be directed at being a racist prick. It can be directed at being misogynistic
just
towards
society,
women,
homophobic,
homophobic, like exactly, destructive, right?
But like things that, you know, if your dad was there, maybe you could ask him about.
Right. You
know,
would talk to him
because
instead of talk to us about your bullshit.
Don't get me wrong. From a lot of those clips, you know, I was low key backing out of saying this, but I'm gonna say, from a lot of those clips, it just kind of showed me that, you know, yes, women can handle some shit, but there's just certain shit women can't handle.
Yeah,
and there's just certain shit that gotta come from a dad.
Yeah, man, 100%.
You know,
that's just the truth.
And we're just in a era where women feel like they can do everything because they have to do everything, because for the most part, as men, we fucking up. I won't say we, but it is we, because you know I feel responsible sometimes too to tell niggas like, hey man, go fucking take care of your kid, dude, and stop bullshitting.
And there's also a big agenda behind that too.
But women just get to a spot of dominance where they just feel like they're so dominant solely because I'm doing everything for my kid.
Mind you, you don't have to,
but you don't have, but some do.
But
some do.
The premise
is that you don't have to if you make the right decisions.
Like
you probably wouldn't have to.
It's a lot of that as well, right? Where it's okay, yeah, like there's definitely an onus because men have not done exactly what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I get that.
And now I think as far as like when it's on the other side, women as well have to contribute to understanding where we're at today.
You gotta live off of today.
Yeah, man. We got to start thinking bigger than just the traditional way of thinking. All right,
or how it was.
Everybody,
for you,
everybody says they're living in a modern world, but nobody's really on that
There's
modern.
Not a lot
time,
of modern
right?
actions going on.
Yeah, man. Because listen, you know, it's very hard doing everything by yourself. Trust me.
Never said it wasn't.
It is, but 100%. Having a partner to do shit with takes a big ass responsibility off your shoulders. And I don't care who you are. Any person who wants to have paying all the bills themselves, fine. But if I told you I could cut your bills into 50%, how much money do you save? A lot, right? You save a lot of money when I cut that shit in half, right? You're not paying the 100%. You're paying 50%. That leaves what? A whole 50 to you to do what you like, or if you guys are building, right, you guys can put both of your 50s together and then that's a separate 100. I don't see how that just doesn't make sense. Like it's very straightforward. Like if you, that's what you want to,
should be flying over,
you know, if you want to,
should be
break it down on numbers. It's also numbers based.
Should just be flying over these young ladies' heads because of what they see on social media and how shit is perceived.
That's what I said. Everybody perfect online. You know, everybody got all the answers.
Shit, man, this shit not shit.
It's
because as you can see on a lot of these fucking shows that y'all watch and all of this shit that be going on, these bitches be worse off than y'all. They be sicker than y'all.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? He pays for everything and he does this and that. And then you look up in a year and she getting kicked out of her house. And now she going through all this legal trouble to try to get in the nigga pocket.
That part.
Where if you had just been going 50-50 the whole time, you probably wouldn't even need because you would have had 50 so many times that you really got your own cheddar.
Yeah,
dumbass.
man,
But you don't look at life like that. You look at it like I'm just gonna depend on him solely. But you spending your money too? So you spending my money and your money.
And
So if I was paying for everything, where the fuck is your money? And why would, when we do get a breakup, why are you asking me for my money too? If you had your money the whole time. So you should have Cheetos.
Listen, man.
You want your Cheetos and my Cheetos? What's going on, dog? That shit is wild. That shit don't even make sense.
I think there's like one last part to this video.
And the children get affected by that too.
We see
they're affected by that too.
Emotional traumas based in money is like
damn, my mom and dad broke up over money.
Right. Like what?
Come on.
Yeah.
But you can't quit on me. You can't quit on me.
Today I took my little girl to school. So first day of kindergarten, first day of big girl school, as she calls it. You know, we get to the class, we walk to the class, she nervous, you know what I'm saying? Didn't last long. Once she walked in, she made a friend in the first 2 minutes. She over there playing with some other little girl named Sanaya. They over there kicking it off, exchanging embraces and stuff. And I'm kind of just lingering. You know, I'm very overprotective of my children. You know, she looked up. She's like, Daddy, you good. Go to work. I'm good now. I'm like, you sure? And she was like, yeah, daddy. She was like, as long as I got you, I'm gonna be all right. And on some real shit, bro. I'm 31, man. You feel me? I fucked off most of my life. I ain't got too many productive memories in my 31 years. I ain't did too much. I ain't got no lot to tell you. But one thing I know is I always did right by my kids, bro. If I ain't never do shit else before I leave this earth, I know I did right by my children. And I think that's why I get so emotional, because I feel like I actually did something to make a difference in this world. I actually put some positive light.
And I feel it.
Y'all have a good day, man.
I feel it.
Listen, man, this is real shit out here. You know what I'm saying? This is the real father experience. You feel
100%.
me? You know what I'm saying? So I think, hold up. But yeah, I think that's like, a real exchange, a real understanding that, you feel me, the presence of being a dad, you know what I'm saying, and like the impact that it has on the kids, the confidence, you feel me, and the worth that they give you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I, not saying that, like I was gonna say, not saying that a mom can't give you that shit, but there are certain things that a dad is responsible for and does that is a mom just ain't gonna be able to do, and likewise, and when the mom, the mom is gonna try to do those things, but it's just not gonna hit the same, gang. It's just not,
man.
And that's just how it goes, the way it works. That's why it's best to make an attempt at doing it together. And if y'all not together, at least be aligned on how you're gonna raise your kid, man. That's all I'm saying.
Real talk.
And it makes it smoother for the kid. Yeah, the kid gonna be like, well, yeah, my mom and dad ain't together, but they always got me. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
They always got me though. He won't be able to say, well, I don't know where the fuck my dad is, or I ain't seen my dad. You won't be able to say that if you guys are aligned. You understand that?
On one accord.
It's hard. Think about it. And I'm not bashing women, but it's hard to be aligned when you got 3 babies. How you gonna be aligned with 3 niggas for 3 different babies?
That's a lot of energy.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah, a lot of different attitudes.
That's
a lot of
hard,
different moving parts.
You get what I'm saying? So that I'm saying that plays a part too. I'm not saying that niggas is right for not being around their kids, but trying to be aligned with a young lady and she got 2 other U's, it's tough to do. That plays a part too.
That part.
It'll make a nigga not give a fuck. Like, man, I don't even give a fuck. Like, I'll make sure my kid, I'm gonna just send all the money I can over there, but trying to go see and if she ain't dropping them off, I'm not going. Because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's the thought process of these certain things. I'm not making a scapegoat. I'm just saying the thought process of certain men that can't get to their kids, and they probably could, but they already dealing with the thought of, damn, man, I don't really got my kid like that. And then it's like, I know this kid is with my mom. And then, the moms out here, they doing this shit on purpose,
man,
as well. Knowing the best move is to let that kid go stay with their daddy, because you got 3 kids and 3 baby daddies. You should probably let the one that really want to go be with his dad. You don't want to do that. You want to make it rough on cuz too. But it's still that shit like that don't make sense. That's one kid that's just gonna be fucked off because he can't go to his dad. Especially the kid that really is trying to get to his dad. Like, I really want to be with my dad, mom. And you not letting it go down. Shit like that plays a role into things too. You know what I mean? Now the dads that are just pure shithead, deadbeat motherfuckers and don't give a shit. All right, I get it. But like I said earlier, the way that most women look at the shit as they put us all in one fucking bucket. No matter the niggas that's doing what they supposed to do get put in the same bucket as the nigga that's not doing what he supposed to do.
Your transgressions paid.
And some fucking porn,
go.
dog.
Right.
And that's how that shit be going. You get what I'm saying?
That's fact.
Once again, I don't want to piss off the women or any of the women fucking followers we got. I'm not saying all of y'all. I'm just saying a good amount of y'all put niggas all in one bucket. No matter what the fuck you doing.
Don't do that.
And you shouldn't
Don't
do that,
y'all.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, y'all.
Let's not do that.
It's in bad taste.
Very, very bad taste, man. Because there are some niggas out here.
Yeah.
Like me. I'm one of them that do what they supposed to do and take care of what they supposed to take care of.
Yeah,
and the shit that I can't take care of, I at least attempt.
Yeah, man. Because it's important for all of us to hold a certain stature in the community. And we about that. You feel me? Like I said, we real people, boots on the ground out here.
Because one more thing. Because if I didn't do what I was supposed to do, this man wouldn't be sitting right here. We probably wouldn't be friends because he's not gonna let me live like that. He would tell me flat out, and this is his goddaughter. He gonna tell me flat out, like, hey, J Rock, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, you don't give a fuck, so then we don't need to hang out no more. If you don't give a fuck, you got a whole bingo out here. So it wouldn't even be that. This wouldn't even be this.
If
I wasn't doing what I
don't fix it.
That's the kind of homies we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the rest of y'all homies and how y'all homies get down, but if I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do, as far as that little girl go, this is probably the nigga holding me just as much as my dad is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
On me just like that. Like, man, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, I don't know how me and you could even have a conversation.
Listen, man.
So you know, if you don't got
for
and now see that's why I don't want the ladies to be mad because I get on the guys too. If you don't got no real homie holding you down, that's really telling you like, hey man,
you look at your circle.
You need to rethink some things,
right?
And what the fuck you got going on?
Pay attention to the ones around you, man.
Yeah, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, man, or even making an attempt, it ain't it.
And these people aren't holding you accountable to it.
There's nobody holding you accountable. If anybody, man, it start with your dad. Once again, this is why it correlates. We're talking about dads. If you don't have a dad holding you accountable right now, okay, I get it. Shit happened. But the niggas that you hang out with,
that part,
your homies should be holding you accountable then. Now, if none of y'all had no dads, that's crazy. Y'all a gang. Like we just if nobody
boys, real shit.
If none of y'all got a dad, y'all niggas is a gang, G.
Yeah.
But even then, somebody gotta hold somebody accountable. Is all I'm saying.
Because like we said, there are plenty of men out here who are upstanding individuals who do the right things, and they came from a single parent home. Okay.
Yep.
So there's no excuses,
man.
For
When
you
it
to
comes
not be able
to the kid,
to do the work that's necessary for you. Right, to be able to be the best version.
I just gave you really the only excuse is if it's like that, and you know you're gonna do something fucked up. Don't then maybe you tread a little lightly. Maybe you don't go get your kid as much because of the issues, but still send the bread. Do all of that shit, man. Even if the mom don't do what she's supposed to do with the bread, just send that shit over there,
man.
Drop off some groceries, nigga. Do shit. Just do other shit,
right?
Until you can figure it out and get your kid. Or it's always the legal way. You can always do it like that too.
That part.
But I'm just saying, at least you're doing something. Don't just be like, oh, fuck her. She don't want to be with me, fuck her.
Nah.
I'm not gonna take care of my kid if she don't want to be with me. Don't be that guy, because that's fucked up too.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it ain't that shit not sweet either.
You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be the one who's caught in a scenario that you can't get out of. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's the goal, especially as a man. You should want to, you feel me, set an example that, you know, is becoming of a parent to your children. You know what I mean? And if you're out here willy-nilly doing too much, all this other stuff, that is not the example you want to set. You feel me? If you're a father and if you're trying to set the right example, that means showing up for your kid, being there for your kid, and not running away from your responsibilities, bro. So y'all got to be on top of that, because like J Rock said, like we hold the men accountable just as much as the women. Like It
And
has
one
to
more,
be
and,
both. You feel
and
me?
saying, speaking of that, one more time for the women, I'm gonna still side with y'all just like I side with us. I get it. It ain't just y'all that got 2 and 3 baby daddies. These niggas be having 4 and 5 baby mamas too.
Right
Niggas be
on.
tweaking.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just y'all.
Right.
I'm just saying in general, if that's what you want to do, if you want to do a whole bunch of baby making with different people, make sure you got the Cheetos to take care of all the hits that you gonna make.
Man.
If you can't take care of them all, bro, then you probably shouldn't have been doing what you're doing. You know, it
Right.
becomes a you thing at that point.
Yeah, man. And
You
we're
know?
all here for, you know, for the
I like
feedback.
reproduction and all that. It's
Yeah.
good to reproduce and all of that, but you got to do that shit in a right taste, like you said. A lot of niggas is doing shit in bad taste, and a lot of women is
Yeah.
doing shit in bad taste.
We ain't saying you gotta be married,
Yeah,
all
I
that.
ain't
But what
saying
we
that.
saying is choose the right person.
You should be
yes,
married,
exactly.
but I get it. Life
But
ain't
if-
going
yeah,
like that.
exactly. But if you choose, right, if you're gonna procreate with someone, please do it with somebody who you genuinely get along with and can, you know,
Take
have
care of the fucking kid with, man.
a very real relationship.
aligned
Yeah, you know,
fucking way of
it
taking
don't
care
gotta
of
be
the kid.
perfect, y'all. Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
As long as y'all put effort, that's all kids need.
All I'm saying is once you get past two, you start and it's two and it's 2 baby mamas and it's 2 kids.
You gotta
Likewise for
respect
the
that,
for the women, you got 2 baby daddies and 2 kids. Once you get to the 2 going on 3 shit, you gotta tighten your life up, man, and realize like even if you want more kids, you either gonna have a kid with one of the other 2 baby daddies or baby mamas you had, or you just need to not have no more kids.
Right.
Seriously, because that's part of a lot of this shit too. Is people running around with 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 significant others, and it's just 2 and 3 and 4 or 5 kids. That shit plays a role too in how this shit be going, man.
It gets messy, bro.
It starts to get fucking messy, and then
it's really messy. Dog.
Then we end up with a YN running around with a Draco splat shit.
Yeah,
and we
because
looking
he's
like, why?
emotional.
Well, why is he? His fucking dad wasn't there. His mom not even really there no more either, because she got so many fucking kids and she got so many baby daddies that she worried about.
Yeah, he's
So
aging out.
he's in the world by himself at
Right.
that point. I'm just saying these are all things to consider.
Right.
I'm not pinpointing and putting it on nobody, because if you're listening to me on this whole pod, I'm saying both sides.
That part.
Like the young niggas would say, 6, 7. I'm giving you this. I'm doing
right.
I'm not quite sure whose fault it is, but I do know what having a dad is in a household and how substantial that is to a young man and a young woman's life. I do know that. That's what I do know.
Right.
I will say that. That's one thing I can solely agree on. It's very beneficial.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, that's 1:30, my guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Bang bang.
Yeah, man.
Another one.
We appreciate y'all. We definitely probably gonna be back tomorrow.
We probably gonna slide again.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys continue to show love to your boys.
Yeah, man. Subscribe, like, comments.
Oh, we put
Give
up
it-
the little
all of that, man.
Put the graphic for y'all.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
All of those things.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
You know, I mean, I feel like this is a very good topic.
Yeah.
Should do some pretty good numbers.
Yeah, the
You
algorithm
know,
is
the
really
algorithm
showing
is
love right
showing
now,
love with
so
us. So you know, if
stay
you agree
tapped
with
in.
what we talking about, tap in. If you don't agree, tap in. We just want y'all to tap in. That's it. That's
it,
all I got to
man.
say about it, man.
Yeah, man.
Love and respect. Keep paying attention. We doing some good things. We're gonna keep doing it.
Salute to
Salute.
black men. Salute to black fatherhood. Salute to black people. We out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.